Joining our panel now, Swapan Dasgupta, senior journalist, Nirmala Sitharaman of the BJP, Aarti Jairath of the Times of India stays on with us, editor-in-chief of the Outlook, Krishna Prasad, Rahul Narvekar of the Shiv Sena, Manisha Priyam, political analyst. Swapan Dasgupta, why is the Congress party quiet tonight? They could have come out and said that we have full faith in the Prime Minister and there is no question of the Prime Minister being elevated to Rashtrapati Bhavan. Why haven't they said that?
Well, I think they are still reeling from the after effects of three devastating blows. Firstly, a snub to the most important man in the government, Pranab Mukherjee. Number two, a snub to the chairperson of the UPA, Sonia Gandhi. And third, the biggest snub to the Prime Minister, who, if Mamta and Mulayam's choices are anything to go by, is not even their first choice, but their second choice as president. So, in terms of having received this much of a devastating blow on an issue which they thought they had pretty much sewn up, and it only the formal announcement needed to be done, I think there is an element of genuine shock and consternation in the Congress. I don't believe this is a choreographed retreat. I think they're just trying to figure out what the hell to do given these very unexpected set of circumstances, which has led to not only a question mark before their choice of president, but it has also thrown a big question mark over the efficacy, the coherence of the already fragile UPA government. That's why, to be fair, to be generous, I think the congressmen need the night to sleep it over and think of how to respond.
Do you agree, Krishna Prasad? Do you think the Congress party is as stumped or the Congress party is part of the plan?
Arnab, I think the latter. I do think that there's a bit of choreography in what we've seen this afternoon. And I think the simple fact is that we can only speculate at this point of time whether it's choreography or not. But all straws in the wind kind of suggest to me that there was a bit of choreography involved, because three things stand out very clearly here. The key thing is that both sides, which is Sonia Gandhi on the one side and Mamta Mulayam on the other, seem to have played to a script. This is Sonia's position, where Sonia Gandhi puts out the fact that Pranab Mukherjee and Hamid Ansari are the first two preferences of the Congress or the UPA. She puts out this through a key ally, which is the TMC, rather than putting it out through the Congress or the UPA spokesperson. One. She puts out the fact about Pranab Mukherjee despite knowing fully well that Mamta Banerjee is ill-disposed or not particularly disposed towards Pranab Mukherjee. She puts out the name of Hamid Ansari knowing fully well that Mulayam Singh Yadav is not particularly well disposed towards a bureaucrat occupying the high office. On the other hand, also, if you look at it from the perspective of Mulayam and Mamta Banerjee, you'll find that Mamta Banerjee wants a Bengali, but that Bengali is not Pranab Mukherjee.
So it's
Mulayam
planned.
Singh wants a Muslim, but that Muslim is not.
For it to be part of a plan.
So I do think there's a bit of choreography involved.
One sec. For a plan to happen, the first thing in a plan is that everybody's got to be on the same page. I don't know if they're on the same page here. I think everybody's trying to outsmart everybody. Manisha, where do you stand?
I mean, they may
Manisha. Okay, Manisha, we don't have. Rahul Narvekar, how are you reading it?
Be on the same page.
Let's get Rahul in. Rahul, what do you think?
Well, insofar as the development we've seen in the day-to-day, it certainly appears there's more than what meets the eye. And there's more than what meets the eye. And certainly, like you've said, there seems to be some kind of a handshake behind the screens. And the whole episode, the facts which are just laid before us, the fact that Mulayam Singh would want to project a Muslim candidate but not Hamid Ansari, and then again you've got Mamta Banerjee, who's opposing Pranab Mukherjee, whom she naturally cannot ally with given the facts in Bengal. And therefore, Congress probably wants to put forth a face with consensus, but at the same time giving a share of the pie to its allies like Mamta and outside allies like Mulayam Singh Yadav.
Digvijay Singh just made a comment.
Situation for everyone.
Digvijay Singh just made a comment, and he actually made Mamta Banerjee even more important. This is so confounding, ladies and gentlemen. You know, there are two possibilities I want to put out tonight. The one possibility is that the UPA is losing grip, Congress losing grip over its own allies, and they are gravitating towards a candidate like Kalam, who was originally a BJP candidate. But why would that happen at a time when the BJP is so volatile and so divided internally? You know, Advani going into a sulk, top leadership not there, Gadkari and Modi. You know, why would UPA allies move towards the BJP? The other part of the story is that the Congress party has decided it wants to change things at the center, but it is shooting off its allies' shoulder, which is the theory which Krishna Prasad is giving out tonight. Let's try and understand how the BJP looks at it. Ms. Sitharaman, how do you look at it?
First, I want you to please put the record straight as to why Shri L.K. Advani was not in the core committee today. They have very clearly said that they were going in for a Home Ministry Standing Committee meeting and visiting Kalpakkam, and therefore they were not going to be here. There is no sulking of L.K. Advani here. Let's
Okay,
be clear
point taken. Now let's go back to the subject.
Second, from the BJP.
Point taken, but now let's come back to the subject. Yes, thank you.
For all the campaign that has happened over the last few. Sorry?
No, I said point is taken on that. I know you are referring to our news report earlier in the day today about Advani skipping a very important meeting. I think it is extremely unusual for LK Advani to skip a meeting and go and attend a Home Ministry Standing Committee meeting in Chennai. You have put out the official version of it. I take the official version, but I want you to comment on what's happening politically vis-a-vis the president. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I will say that because you referred to Advani ji and I thought it was necessary to put the record straight.
Okay, yeah.
And here am I going. BJP is watching the fact that the two allies, one who is along with them in the cabinet and the other being the party which supports them from outside, both rejecting the names suggested by the Congress. Both the names have not appeared in their list of the presidential priorities. Second, it shows very clearly the UPA is much divided and not the NDA, so I don't think we should any longer carry on this campaign that maybe the NDA is divided, maybe they're not working on it together. And the third thing, it's really sorry that even if people are trying to read some kind of a pattern into this whole thing, what we find shocking is that when the rejection is happening of the two names which have been suggested by the Congress, here we go, we are trying to read a pattern into an ally suggesting the name of a sitting Prime Minister to be moved out, and not the Congress party taking a call on whether they want him to continue as a Prime Minister or should he be moved. These are kind of amazing suggestions, and such amazing suggestions trying to be suggested by many others as probably it's part of the spin. I'm sorry.
No, but why is the BJP? Why is the BJP? Wait, please explain to me. No, one second.
They were doing. Let me just complete, please.
Ms. Sitharaman.
Let me just complete. Arnab, I think the last line is important. Let me be allowed to say just that. That I think all the exercise which the UPA has been doing all the while in terms of building a consensus was not even a starter. It was a total non-starter, and here are you finding all kinds of dissensions coming out even from within the allies. So UPA is a divided house. I can't see how they're going to build a consensus on a consensus candidate for a president.
Well, I find it massively unnatural that within a space of 2 hours 5 candidates are officially declared by one alliance. And I don't know if that's extremely unnatural event, which I would like to place on record, has never happened in the history of independent India, can happen without some discussion happening internally, and unless you have predetermined how it is going to end, you know. That's my question to Swapan Dasgupta, that unless you have decided how it is going to end, which is why I would most humbly, Mr. Dasgupta, contest your view that this is all, you know, one shock after the other for the Congress party. Yeah, how can it happen
conspiracy theories are very attractive, no doubt, and I think this is very compelling to make a conspiracy theory out of the whole this. But let's look at certain facts which happened today. Number one, are these names really for the record? Yes, one of them, those names, is really not a serious name. That is the name of Somnath Chatterjee, because we know very well that if Mamata Banerjee has a minor allergy towards Pranab Mukherjee, she has a phenomenal allergy towards Somnath Chatterjee, and the feelings are reciprocal. Somnath Chatterjee may have exited the left parties formally, but during the last assembly elections, he went out of his way to campaign against Mamata Banerjee, saying that if she came into power, this would be the return of barbarism into West Bengal. So let's look at that. Number two, let us also take into account the fact that Mulayam Singh Yadav actually contacted APJ Abdul Kalam today and made his offer, and from what I understand of that conversation is that Mr. Kalam has not totally rebuffed Mulayam Singh and said that no, I'm too old to become president, or that I've already done my bit or something like that. That line of communication is very much open.